Leo, welcome to your 5 card movie star spread. As per usual, you can click on the description box below and it will talk about the placement of the cards and the significance of the spread. I've also made a playlist of all the past readings organized by astrological sign, and it's starting with the most recent moving backwards. So if you wanted to look up an old read, going to the playlist would be the most efficient way to do so. All right. So we have the 3 of Pentacles in the inverse, the Strength card, the Sun, the 10 of Cups, and the 4 of Swords. Okay. So there is a teamwork, a project, or a union right now that is feeling a little bit off kilter. And the reason that you're having trouble with this particular thing, this particular project, is because that you have to step up and take the lead. Okay. Either the person that you're dealing with or the persons that you're dealing with are very confused and they just don't know the direction to go. So they're actually looking to you for leadership. They need your strength. They need your courage. They need you to take that initial step so they can then collect themselves and move forward with you. They are stagnant and it's like the shit hit the fan, Leo, and all eyes are on you. Like everybody's like, oh wait, this isn't what we planned on. Now what? So it's a leadership position. You don't want the leadership position. Like you don't want it to all fall on you. You know, you're recognizing what it is and you're really asking yourself, you're like, wait a minute, if this is a team effort, shouldn't we both or all of us be making this decision together? Why does it have to be me again? That's where you're at right now. You don't want to let this team or this party down, and you see yourself working with this group in the long run. You recognize the potential of this union, of this group, of this tribe. But you don't want to be the one calling all the shots and making the decision. So you're really, your outcome here is contemplation. So this is you wanting to figure out how to best communicate to find the compromise to move forward. Which, I mean, if you're looking to find the best words and make the best presentation to actually get the information from this other group or this other person, then that is a portion of leadership, but it's benevolent leadership. It's honest leadership. This person may not have the words yet. You might have to help them articulate what it is that they need in order for you both to come together. So when they're looking for that leadership, they may not be looking for you to steer the ship. They may be looking for you to initiate the conversation. And there's nothing wrong with taking that kind of lead. So if they're asking you to steer the ship for them, I would hesitate. But if they're looking for you to initiate a conversation so you can both decide, or all of you decide which way you want the ship to go, I wouldn't hesitate on that. So depending on which way this goes, Leo. And I understand it's hard to be the one who has to initiate all the time. It's hard to be the one to have to make the decision all the time. I hate to say it. Okay, so because it's a general read, it can go different ways. If this is a vocation, it feels like the team ran into a snag and they're waiting for you to come in and save them like a knight in shining armor. In which case I would say it's a team effort. It should be team help. So I would hesitate on steering the ship, but I wouldn't hesitate on making that communication. If this is a friend or a family member, it kind of feels like you are the person who always initiates the conversation, and you're kind of taking a step back just to see if they can do it on their own before you reach out and help this person, because you love this person, you care about this, and you want to help them. And I hate to say this, but the truth of the matter is, if this is a romantic relationship with somebody that you have a physical connection with, it feels like you are always the person who has to initiate this physical connection. And you really, really wish that the other person would initiate the physical connection, because it gets very, very tiring watching them bid for attention and hoping that you will then come rescue them and, be it a snuggle on the couch or, really getting down to business, whatever that is you're tired of the passive aggressive bids for attention, and you're thinking to yourself, we've done this so many times, you can just come over here and initiate it just as easy as I can. So you might be holding back on that, but you don't want to hold back too much because you really care and love this person. So eventually you contemplate it for a while, and then eventually you just give in, and then you're the one who initiates that physical contact. It could even be just, a kiss. I mean, it doesn't have to be all that, but it kind of feels to me like it's all that. So there you have it. Yeah. Crazy. Okay. Because this is going in reverse order here. It kind of feels to me like if this is the romantic situation, then yeah, it really breaks your heart to have to be the person to always do that, because you kind of wish that they would come to you once in a while to initiate those physical things, those little hugs, those little kisses, those little snuggles, and even sex. You would like the other person to initiate these things every once in a while, and it kind of breaks your heart that they don't, because you feel like this will always fall on you. If this is a familial situation or a friendship, you have the Tower in the inverse here. It kind of feels like you want the structure of the friendship to change so you don't always have to help them find their words in order to resolve any conflict, be it conflict with yourself or conflict with somebody else. And the final one right here is this Four of Swords. If this is a vocational spread, you wish that somebody else could lay a foundation to help you and the team propel without the weight of the world always falling on your shoulders to initiate these very difficult conversations to get the team rolling in the direction that you want. Leo, this is a complicated read. I very much like the Taurus read last week. I should have made a chart because we do have 3 storylines here. Some of you are dealing with a vocational issue. Some of you are dealing with a friend or a family member. And some of you are dealing with a lover. But it all breaks down to the same overall theme, where it's communication and initiation. And for some reason, that always falls on you. So this is either a role that you can accept and move forward, or there is some communication that has to happen. Because if they're silently bidding for your attention and you eventually give in all the time, well, honestly, you teach people how to treat you. So if that's the way things go now, that's the way things will always go. I don't remember if it was the Leo read last week. I think it was the Leo read last week. I'll have to double check. But my ending advice was a little work in the foreground will save you a lot of work on the back end. And this feels like a similar communication issue, no matter which one of the 3 storylines you connect with this week. Leo, I hope I helped the situation and didn't complicate it at all. But I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I will see you next week.